A person thinks she took your place, but heaven is about to reverse everything. There comes a moment in every person's life, a moment where silence becomes louder than words, where betrayal feels heavier than truth, where someone else walks into a space that once felt like home to you, and they think they have replaced you. They smile with confidence. They walk around with pride. They behave as if the universe has chosen them over you. They believe you have been erased, forgotten, pushed aside. But what they don't know is this: heaven does not replace. Heaven restores. Heaven does not remove. Heaven repositions. Heaven does not demote. Heaven delays, only to elevate. And today's message is for you, the one who silently endured the loss, the confusion, the heartbreak, and the sudden shift that made you question your worth. Sit with me. Breathe. Because once you hear this, something inside you will heal. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective. 1. They may have taken your position, but they didn't take your purpose. The first truth heaven wants you to understand is this: positions can be taken. Purposes cannot. Someone can take your chair. Someone can take your partner. Someone can take your opportunity, your role, your moment, your stage. But nobody, absolutely nobody, can take what God has written for you. You are not replaceable, because heaven never makes duplicates. If something shifted, if someone else stepped in, if someone was chosen before you, it wasn't because they were better. It was because the story needed to move. Sometimes God removes you from a room, not because you don't belong there, but because that room was too small for the calling you carry. And when someone steps into the space you left behind, they often mistake your exit for their victory. But listen carefully. Just because they entered your old chapter does not mean they are part of your new one. They got what you had, but they didn't receive what you're destined for. There's a difference. To heaven sometimes lets people think they've won. You know what's funny? Sometimes heaven will allow someone to feel like they replaced you. Heaven will allow them to think, she's gone. He's done. I stepped into their place. I've taken what was theirs. And they walk around with this quiet arrogance. But God lets it happen. Not to punish you, but to test them. Because how someone behaves when they think they've won reveals their real character. Some people needed to expose themselves. Some hearts needed to show their true colors. Some intentions needed to come out of hiding. Sometimes the replacement wasn't your loss. It was your protection. Heaven will never let you stay connected to a heart that is capable of celebrating your pain. So yes, let them think they won. Their joy is temporary. Your comeback will be permanent. 3. You were never supposed to fight for a place that was too small for your spirit. Do you know why some people can take your place so easily? Because it was never truly yours. Not in the spiritual sense. Some positions are too small for who you are becoming. Some relationships are too basic for the depth you carry. Some friendships cannot breathe at the altitude you're rising to. Some connections can't contain your heart, your empathy, your loyalty. Let me tell you the truth. God removes you when you've outgrown the level. You were evolving, but the space wasn't. You were expanding, but the relationship wasn't. You were being prepared for abundance, but the people around you were still thinking in survival mode. So God lifted you up, sometimes forcefully, and placed you in transition. Not because you were losing, but because you were meant to rise. And someone who replaces you in a space you have already outgrown is not taking your throne, they're taking your leftovers. 4. Heaven is about to send you a divine reversal. Now listen carefully. because this is the part your soul has been waiting to hear. When God is about to bless you, the first sign is loss. Doors close. People change. Situations shift. You feel disconnected from your old life. But that's not abandonment. It's alignment. And when the time is right, heaven sends what I call a divine reversal. A reversal is when everything suddenly turns in your favor, where the story flips, where the person who mocked you watches you rise, where the one who replaced you realizes they never measured up, where the thing you thought you lost comes back stronger, or is replaced by something 10 times better. A divine reversal is not revenge. It's justice. It's heaven saying, you were faithful. You were patient. You stayed kind. You stayed honest. And now I will restore everything that was taken. Mark my words. There will come a day when the very people who thought you were gone will hear your name again in rooms they never expected. Not because you forced anything, but because God put you back where you belonged, in a higher place, with a stronger purpose, and a bigger blessing. 5. What they took was temporary. What you're about to receive is permanent. Sometimes the devil distracts you by letting you see what someone else has, their place, their opportunity, their relationship, their connections. But what you need to remember is this. What is built on insecurity, jealousy, comparison, and competition will eventually collapse. What you're going to receive is built on destiny, alignment, grace, and divine timing. So what looks like a loss today is only a setup for tomorrow's breakthrough. They took something temporary. You're about to receive something permanent. 6. Your absence is about to become the lesson they needed. There will come a moment, very soon, where the people who took you for granted will understand your value. They will feel the absence of your energy, your kindness, your loyalty, your presence, your silence. And the one who thought they could fill your shoes will realize something painful. Your position was never about the title. It was about the energy you carried. They can wear your crown, but it won't fit. They can sit in your seat, but it won't feel the same. They can be with a person you once loved, but they won't get the version of that person that only your love brought out. Your absence is about to teach them what your presence never had the chance to explain. 7. The final word. Your story is about to shift. Let me leave you with this. There is a moment in every spiritual journey where God steps in and says, enough. They've hurt you enough. They've doubted you enough. They've underestimated you enough. And suddenly, everything changes. The tables turn. The path clears. The blessing drops. The peace returns. The clarity arrives. The burden lifts. This is not the end of your chapter. It's the end of your waiting. Heaven is about to reverse everything. The person who thinks they took your place is about to realize they stepped into a position that was never theirs, because the real blessing, the real destiny, the real future was always meant for you. So hold your heart steady. Your time is coming. Your turn is coming. Your restoration is coming. Your breakthrough is coming. And when it arrives, you won't have to say a single word. Your elevation will speak for you. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective.